is up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Rehinge Diaries podcast with your host, Ali Karza. So today's episode it's gonna be basically for the visual listeners, viewers. I know for the people out there that I listen to my episodes on Spotify, I definitely suggest you watching this episode. You're gonna have a bigger and better understanding of what's going on. But I'm gonna be showing you guys, exposing to you guys my vision board that I made for this year. And I want to just basically share with you guys the things that I manifested and saw happen, see it happen in real life. And I also just want to share to you guys the things that didn't happen and why I feel maybe it didn't happen, and just basically talk about it, because there's a lot that I manifested on my vision board. There's also a lot that I didn't. I really just want to get into like my manifestation journey for this year, because last year, oh my god, like I don't know, it's been a journey for me for manifestation, but this year's been crazy and I've had so many realizations and just tips that I want to share with you guys, because I feel like a lot of things have been coming to me a lot faster now because of the fact that I had this huge revelation of why things weren't manifesting and why I was able to manifest so much in the beginning of this year, and then at the end of the year, or like just literally the entirety of this year, I could not manifest a thing to save my life. So I just want to share with you guys all that I've learned and all that I manifested. So if you're interested in that, then keep on watching. But you can also listen. So here I have my vision board. She looks a little crazy. I'm trying to make sure she's in the shot. So where do I begin? So this photo right there is, a girl sitting on I'm just gonna like describe it just in case for anyone that's listening. I appreciate the people that just listen on Spotify. That also helps me a lot. But this photo is a girl sitting down, basically just having her photos taken, like in a photo shoot. And I did manifest that for my birthday. I was like, oh my god, I want to work with a real professional photographer, because I've done a lot of photo shoots on Instagram. I love modeling, but I never worked with someone that's like an actual professional that had their own studio and things like that. And that's something I've really wanted done for my birthday. And there's a couple people that I knew personally that like recommended this one specific photographer. I'll leave him in a description down below for people that are interested, because I love him and I can't wait to work with him again. But yeah, like I was like, I want to work with a legit photographer, and I also had an image of what I even wanted my birthday photo shoot to consist of, which we're gonna show you this photo here of Kylie. It's basically a magazine cover like photo. How do I describe this? It's basically Kylie bitch, okay? I wanted to basically feel like be delusional a bit and be like, oh my god, I'm front cover of, like, it's my dream, you guys, to be a front cover of Vogue, which is actually ironic given the fact that that's like Glamour, not even like Vogue. I should have had like a Vogue magazine cover on here, and that could have helped me a lot maybe. So I definitely wanted that, like, not to like skip past to my birthday, but like this is like the first photo here that like caught my eye. But yeah, like for my birthday, I was like, I not only want to like do my own like legitimate photo shoot for the first time, but I also want to be like a magazine cover, so like, I could feel like famous, like, oh my god, Alec Harza at this front cover of Vogue, especially Vogue. So what was really fun is that I worked with the photographer that I worked with, and I was very nervous. Like I went in there, I was like, oh my god. I was like, when I'm with my friends, I just nail it and just we take like a bunch of pictures and I just find the three that I love. But with him, I'm like, I really want to step out of my comfort zone and try new poses. And he looked at me dead in my eye as I was taking my photos. He's like, you give off Marilyn Monroe. Like the eyes, like you are confident when it comes to your face, but when it comes to your body, you're very not confident. And he was so cool, and I appreciated him so much with the fact that he would like talk me through poses, because you don't find photographers like that all the time where they're like, this is how you should pose. Like I would show him so many like magazine covers that I wanted to like mimic like the pose and stuff like that, and he was like, oh my god, this is how you pose, blah 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 blah. And I was stiff as shit, y'all. Like I was uncomfortable. The dress that I chose, honestly, I'll show pictures on the screen for those who haven't seen it already. I hated my fucking dress. That dress was $100 and it was ugly as fuck. It was wrinkly as shit. Ugh, I want to expose the brand, but then I'm like, I feel like all their other dresses are cute, and maybe it was just that dress. I don't know. But yeah, as a little just like story time of like the story behind my birthday photo shoot. That was like so fun because this was the first photo I printed out for my vision board. I'm like, I wanna be like I really wanna be on a magazine cover one day, especially Vogue, and I love modeling. And that right there was such a fun thing to do because it taught me like, oh my god, like I need to step it up when it comes to like being comfortable with poses, because he told me, he's like, you give off Marilyn Monroe energy. And even on his photo that he shared on his Instagram of my photos, he even like made a quote of like Marilyn Monroe, because he was like, you give her like her energy. And I'm like, I love her so much, she's literally my idol. So that meant everything to me. And he was like, you just need to master the confidence for your body. And I do have like a disconnect with my body, so it could be that. It was also the dress. Like it was honestly a lot, but yeah, like that was the number one thing that I manifested. Well, not the number one thing, but that was a big thing that I like loved. If we were gonna like start off in the beginning of the year, you guys, like when it was just January, I started manifesting money. Like not physical money in my hand, but I was just like starting to manifest money because I think that was around the time, correct me if I'm wrong, if the behind the set documentary came out, and I made a bunch of content in regard to that, and a lot of my videos went viral, and that's where I made a bunch of money on TikTok, because they had that creator the creator beta like program that you can apply for, and they had the creator fund like back when they first like started paying the creators. But anyone on TikTok would tell you immediately that it's dog shit, like they don't pay you shit. So when the creator beta, program came out, they paid the creators way more. And I've seen people talk about it. So I applied for it, and all my videos started going viral of the behind the set documentary for exposing Nickelodeon. And that right there was like, oh my god, like we're talking like a couple thousand, y'all. Like that was like insane. And then I did do OF for a while, and I make really good money there. So like I really started off this year like with like a bang. I'm like, oh my god, like I was immediately having videos go viral on TikTok. I was immediately like making money through OF, even though I knew that was never going to be sustainable for me. It was just, listen, you gotta do what you gotta do, okay? So, like, for me, it's just something I didn't see myself doing long term, is what I mean in regards to that. But yeah, so that was really, really nice in regards to money. I manifested money. And then also in the beginning of the year, I was on keto. So that was a big thing for me. So this body right there, yeah, I manifested that. Do I still have it now? Don't judge, okay? We listen and we don't judge, okay? I was sick, honestly. That's why this episode is gonna be late, because I was sick and things have just been like all over the place. But more the story, this year I manifested that body because I was on keto, and that was a really fun thing to manifest as well, because I also manifested like exploring other eating options that wasn't insanely unhealthy. Like I wasn't sitting there like, oh my god, like I have to starve, then I'll lose weight. Like no, like I was eating. Like I actually was eating, but I was eating with moderation and understanding like what to put in my body and what to put less in my body. So that was a whole fun journey within itself. So like I really did enjoy that. Of course I've been on and off when it, because I didn't want to like be on keto forever, because anyone will tell you like that is pretty impressive for people that are on it for like years or even a whole year long. I was on it for like 4 months straight, and then I was like, okay, I lost the weight that I wanted to, which was messed up, but I lost the weight that I wanted to. I was like, what's next? It was kind of that thing. Well, we'll get to all of that as well. So that I get paid for being me was the biggest thing I manifested this year, because I do still make money on TikTok. Was it anything like it was in the beginning of this year? No, which we'll get to that. But that was like my biggest manifestations. I want to get paid for being me, even if it's a couple dollars. Like, you guys, like the fact that I get paid any sort of money through TikTok for making content that I love was such a big accomplishment for me. And it was just and then of course I have quotes on here like, it's already yours, the universe. So that's something I'm really have been practicing and learning, that like what I want, it's already mine. I just have to align myself with the version of me that already has it. So that was very fun. 2024 is the year that I become my best self. I still do believe that like this year was such a year of growth for me. So I 1000% like stand by that as well. There's a lot of other things that are on here that I haven't manifested. Like there's a key to like an apartment. I didn't manifest that this year. There was, like a little podcast studio. I've been like, I really wanted to get my own studio this year for my podcast and see it grow. I didn't have that happen this year. Doesn't mean it will never happen. It just, this wasn't the year for it. And I also had like, this photo of like a microphone and like little sheets of like music notes because I really want to get into singing again. Anyone who knows me knows I grew up like doing choir. I always wanted to be a theater kid, but I never was able to since I bounced back from like school to school, and that was like difficult, but that was basically that on that. I didn't manifest that this year, like, even hitting a studio, but we'll get to like my next year manifestations. Because, like I said, some of the things that didn't manifest on this board for this year doesn't mean it's not going to happen. So, anyone out there that's bummed out that maybe a lot of things didn't even manifest for your vision board, but I'm pretty sure that you gotta have at least a manifested one. But if there's a lot of big things you wanted to manifest that are not on this board, try again next year. It doesn't mean it's not, it just means this year wasn't the time for it. And maybe you'll come back in a way that you can't even imagine for the next year. You just don't give up. Another big thing that I really wanted, it's like this photo that keeps like sliding down. It's the 100,000 subscribers little plaque. I really, really wanted it this year. Like, I don't even know if I'm gonna reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Like, that was a big accomplishment that I wanted for myself. But I didn't. The fact that I even have like 700, like over 700 subscribers on this podcast channel means so much to me. Like on my other YouTube channel, I remember being like, oh my god, like I only got a good amount of followers on there because of my TikTok. It only felt like my TikTok is where I was ever going to get a lot of my followers. But hey, like for me, for my podcast, it wasn't really through my TikTok. I didn't promote my podcast like that on my TikTok. It was organically grown and I wasn't promoting it like crazy. So that is a big accomplishment within itself for me. And that's all that matters. So I'm really excited about that. There's this photo of like a girl like with friends and like fireworks. I did manifest a lot of moments with like friends and things like that. Was it this year? No, it wasn't this year for the 4th of July. I think I don't know what I was doing on the 4th of July, but I know like there was a moment last year where I was like with my friends and there was like fireworks and that was fun. But this year, I did manifest moments with like friends and like hanging out and stuff like that. I did manifest that. Whether we're friends or not now doesn't matter. But I did manifest that. Like there is like things that I manifested on here. I'm like, is it still in my life currently? No, but I've had moments like that, and that's the funny thing about manifesting. Like you can manifest it, but is it gonna stick? I don't know. That's up to the universe to decide. But as long as I experienced it. So that's that on that. Of course, a photo of the gym. I have been going to the gym this year, and I was pretty consistent for the most part. I feel like I've been slacking for the past like 2 weeks because I was sick. So I got to get back on it for sure. There was a photo of a golden doodle. I do want, like anyone who knows me knows I want a golden doodle so bad, and I want a wiener dog. Like I want a little boy wiener dog. His name is gonna be Gilbert, and I want like a female golden doodle, and her name is gonna be Daisy. Like it's literally all written everywhere. Like on my manifestation, like I'm gonna have them both in my apartment. We're gonna be snuggling together. Like I'm so excited. Did I manifest it this year? No, but I will get it. Okay, I will get those two dogs. I don't care. Okay, and that's how you should treat your manifestations. Like I am going to get it. So that is that on that. So these little photos of these bags, I did manifest a lot of shopping this year and being spoiled because that was my main thing is I wanted to be spoiled. Okay, it's not me buying those things, and I had my moments of being spoiled this year. Like I said, is it currently still in my life? No, but hey, first of all, like now, even if I'm not with someone, I am spoiling myself. So it's even better. But I've had moments of my life this year that I had people like spoil me. And like when I'm talking spoil, like spend a couple thousand, okay? And that was really nice and that was really cool to experience. Having moments like sitting down on the beach, not in that kind of setting in a photo where it's like, oh, I have a little picnic with myself, but I had a lot of moments this year in the summer. I've even like I literally have a scar on my chest because I had like 3rd-degree burns, so it was so bad. But I've had moments like the Brigantine Beach is my go-to beach. I love going there. It's so quiet and peaceful, and I like would go there, just put on my headphones, get very high, and just enjoy nature, enjoy like the breeze, and just enjoy, even if I take off my headphones and just like listen to the beach waves. Like I love it, and that's the reason why I love the Brigantine Beach. It's because it's so quiet. Like I hate the screaming people, the children, like like shut up, like this is the beach, okay? Can we have one quiet peaceful beach? And that's definitely the beach. So I wouldn't say I had it in that setting where I was sitting there, had a little, I do want to do that now. Like, I really wish I did that actually, where like I maybe journaled there. or maybe like just had a little picnic with myself. Like maybe that would have been nice. Sorry, my laptop. But yeah, maybe that would have been nice, but I still enjoyed myself, okay? Like I think there's another photo of the beach. Oh no, there's not a photo of a beach. It's like a city kind of like setting of like an apartment, just sitting there with a book. And I don't know if like I'm okay with either or. Like I'm okay with getting an apartment with a beautiful view of the city, or I want a beautiful apartment with a beautiful view of like a lake, like something in that type of sort. But I won't settle until I get it. And that's the thing I really want. Which I didn't get this year, which is okay. It just means that it wasn't my time this year to get it. But next year you best believe I'm gonna have my own apartment. And I definitely want one with like a city view or like a beautiful view of a lake. Like there's this one house that my mother, she cleans his houses for a living, and there's this one house that like I would like, like help her manage. There'll be times I'll come in and help her manage what's going on, and there's this one house that has a beautiful view. It's a beautiful view of this lake, and I'm like, I would love to live here. It's like I think a one bedroom. I think it's a one bedroom house. It's so small and it's so beautiful. Like the area is stunning and the view in the backyard. I'm like, I want and need that. So that's kind of like the kind of vibe I'm manifesting for next year. But overall, yeah, as you can see, and I also went to a bunch of concerts this year, and I really, really enjoyed that. Like my best concert that I went to this year had to be seeing Doja Cat. Like that was so fun. Of course, I would love to manifest more concert experiences next year, but like being a lot more closer. Like I definitely want to feel like I went to go see Tana Mojo on the canceled podcast tour, and I was so close. Like it's like I've never ever went to a concert where I was so, or anything in that type of sort, a show, sort. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. But I've never been into anything in that type of regard where you're so close to whoever's performing or whatever, and you can make eye contact with them. Like that is the best feeling in the world. Like the amount of times I made eye contact with Tana Mojo was so cool that I'm like, imagine like one of my biggest favorites, like one of my favorite artists, like being so close to them that you guys are making eye contact. Like that is so cool. So I want to manifest more of that next year. But overall, this is my vision board. I'm trying to make sure. So here, yeah. This is my vision board. Yeah. And yeah, that's basically everything that I manifested for my vision board. And in regard to the conversation of manifesting, I feel like the first 3 months of this year, I was manifesting like it was no other. I was on TMZ Live. Like, they've reached out to me out of nowhere. Like, you guys, I was not sitting there, like, trying to act. That's a weird thing about manifestation is people, they get to sit there every day, dedicated, closing your eyes and visualizing. No. Like, of course, whenever you visualize what you want for yourself, feel it with such intense emotion. Like, it's already happening in your present moment. But other than that, it's like some of the things I manifested, like when you manifest these things or you experience them, like you didn't do anything crazy to experience it. It just happened. But you had to visualize it first and like set an intention that you wanted to experience that. And I feel like this year, when it comes to a lot of the things that I was trying to manifest, like the first couple months I was experiencing like it was no issue whatsoever. And then like the middle of the year, like I would say from April to like August, I was not manifesting shit. I was not manifesting shit. Like nothing was really happening. But those were like the hardest months of my life, from like April to August, because I was just going through so much of like an ego death. Like I was experiencing a lot of layers to myself that I didn't want to no longer identify with. Like I even started the Pretty Privileged series because I was like going through like dates and experiencing just being over sexualized, and like I felt like my most valuable quality of myself was sexualizing myself or just through sex. And I knew that that's not what I wanted to identify as anymore. So I was just going through that little like ego death, and just like the way that I used to dress. And don't get me wrong, I still like to dress cunty, okay? But like it wasn't like back then where like I did it specifically because I wanted attention. No, I want to do it now because I want to show off how good I feel. That would never change. But yeah, like there was a lot of things that like was holding me back from manifesting anything, and it was because I was every single day at one point. I think it's because I manifested so many things so quickly that I got attached to it. I was like, oh my God, I'm so powerful. Now I gotta think bigger, think bigger, think bigger. And I got like so attached. Whereas like the beginning of the year, I was just like, I just know good things are coming. Just the feeling of, I just know good things are coming, and I don't got to do shit for it. It's going to land on your lap as long as you have this strong belief that you're going to get it. And I remember starting last year. Like, I remember when the clock hit 12 and it was the new year. I remember thinking, oh my God, like, I feel like so much weight has been lifted off my shoulders, and I feel like good things are coming. And that's when things were coming so fast. But I think it's because things were coming so fast that I got so attached to it, and I did get a little, like, what's the word? I got very, like, I felt entitled. Like, I felt entitled to more things, and if I wasn't getting it fast enough for the time that I felt like I deserved it, I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? The universe is... I would always say it out loud, like, the universe is not on my side. I would even make jokes about it. Now I need to stop saying that, because the universe has proved to be on my side. It's when I got attached and I started feeling entitled, like, I deserve so much more. I deserve this, this, and this, and that, you know? And I think that's the number one thing that's held me back from experiencing so many beautiful things this year. Like, there's so many things that I was experiencing that I feel like I was holding myself back. Even dating, like, there's a period of time when I was, like, dating, and I started experiencing rejection, and I'm usually the one, not to be on some cocky shit, but I was always the one to really reject someone, because I'll be like, I don't really need you, and I don't desire you in my life or whatever. But there was a time where I felt so empty that I just wanted to feel something, and I would go on dates, and I felt like people can feel that energy. Like, it's so insane, like, how unmagnetic I felt at one point, because I was just so attached to all the things that I was experiencing in the beginning of this year. And I feel like a lot of people that experience, and I'm not even trying to say experience anything revolutionary, you know, but I'm glad that I experienced this now, because my biggest fear is when I do experience revolutionary shit, that I won't ever have to go through this rabbit hole again of, like, oh my God, what's the next big thing? I'm not experiencing it. That must mean I'm not good enough. But I think a lot of people that experienced revolutionary things, like, there is that like book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I remember, like, Mark Manson, right? Like, Mark Manson, is that his name? Mark Manson. Yes, like, the author of that book. I remember he said when he, like, came out that book, he achieved so much success, obviously, from that book, but then had the worst depression ever, because when you reach a high like that, you start feeling entitled to more, or the anxiety of, like, oh my God, like, now eyes are on me. I need to experience more bigger things. Because I feel like, too, my parents are always asking me every fucking day, how's your TikTok going? Is it thriving? Because I told them about how I was reaching so much success on that. And it started getting onto me, because I'm like, well, if everyone's looking at me like, why are you not manifesting more things? It felt like more pressure and more desperation to me. I'm like, okay, well, now I want validation from people. I need to experience more, rather than, like, having fun. Like, the beginning of this year, when I was manifesting all the things I was manifesting, because I was having fun. When I made those videos on TikTok and me talking about the behind the scenes, all the drama that's going on, like, you know, behind the scenes or behind the set of, of, like, all the Nickelodeon things, like that documentary that came out about it. Like, I was talking about it because I genuinely felt so much passion and so much outrage of what these actors were going through. I wasn't doing it because of views and clicks. I feel like, in all honesty, if I would have never got as many views as I did or anything out of that, because everybody and their dog was talking about it. But I feel like because people felt my passion and outrage because of what was going on is why my videos did so well. And, like, all these other things this year that I got to, like, experience is because I really, like, with the whole photo shoot, I wanted to do it because I always wanted to have, like, and another thing too is, like, I can't wait till the day where I do have a photo shoot and I am gonna be the front cover of a magazine. Now I know what I want and what I like and how to pose, you know? It's like these little things. I had to visualize it first. I had to close my eyes and be like, okay, I want to envision myself on a front cover of a magazine. And I made that happen. So anyone out there that's feeling like probably what I felt, where they feel disconnect, they're like, I don't know how to manifest. It's all literally just you closing your eyes and wanting it. Like, you could want, like, okay, I want this car. I want a Range Rover. Like, I want a Range Rover, whatever. Okay, close your eyes and visualizing yourself in that Range Rover driving it. And that's how you start the manifestation going, because you just set an intention. But the next and most important step is to detach, because that's why so many things this year was not happening for me, because I was so attached. I really want this apartment. Like, I want this and this and that. And nothing was happening because I had so much attachment. Another thing, too, is maybe it's just not the time that this year you're going to experience it. Because there's a lot of things on there that I'm not even bummed out about. Like, the apartment thing, like, I know like I said, I'm not settling, that I'm gonna get it at the time that I want it, and I want it the way that I want it. Same thing for the dogs. I want my two little dogs with me, and it's like I'm gonna sit there and I know I'm gonna get it because I close my eyes and I visualize me having that already. And the joy I'm gonna feel when I'm walking home, where I'm like opening my door and I'm getting a tack on my legs from my two little dogs and laying with them and snuggling with them, rubbing their little bellies. Like, you have to sit there and get so descriptive too. Like, the descriptive, the better, you know? Don't get too descriptive where you start expecting too fucking much now, you know? But, like, get descriptive, like you're, like, touching your dog's fur and you're rubbing them and they're licking you, like, this dog that you want. Like, that's setting an intention. That's setting an intention and requesting the universe that I want to experience this. But if you're attached to it, they're like, okay, well, how bad do you really want it? Because you don't even trust me. So how the fuck am I supposed to give you what you want if you don't even trust me, you know? But yeah, overall, like, those are the things that I manifested this year. And I'm so happy that I even got to experience those things, okay? Like, I know I'm going to get so much more bigger things next year. Like, the way that I felt last year, where I'm like, I just know big things are coming, it's the same way that I feel now, but multiplied. Like, sometimes I even get anxious where I'm like, oh my God, like, I feel like something big is gonna happen. So for anyone that's listening or even watching this, like, they're probably like, yo, Ali even called it. Like, I can't wait. Like, I even get delusional like that too, where I'm like, I can't wait to all, like, my episodes of me talking about my dreams are gonna come true. People are gonna clip and be like, Ali just always knew. Like, I get so delusional, like, when it comes to things like that. But you have to be delusional. Like, there's times I get so delusional, I'm like, I can't wait for all the edits on me on TikTok of people saying Ali always knew that this was gonna happen, she requested this and then she got it. Like, get delusional, because that's how, like, if you believe in something and you assume that you're gonna get it, it's already yours, and you're gonna get it. But don't get too attached to when you're gonna get it or even how. That's not your responsibility. It's just, you know, it's yours and it belongs to you. But yeah, that's everything for today's podcast episode. Thank you for listening, or even, well, I've been stuttering all this fucking episode. Oh my God. Thank you for the people that watched this episode, but most importantly, to the people that listened, because I love you guys so much. Even to the people that just listen on Spotify, I love you so much. I'm manifesting big things for you as well. But if you're listening to this, like, someone just unplug my mic. Make a mic equipment more expensive. Oh my God, please don't. Let me stop. For the people that are listening on Spotify, I love you so much. Make sure to give this a 5 stars rating. Even download this bitch. It helps out and it helps keep the lights on, okay? And if you are watching this on the podcast YouTube channel, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. Even an emoji, bitch. Just get this analytics, like, fucking going, okay? Or even the engagement. Like, get my engagement and my analytics going up. As you can see, I'm tired. I've been up since 10. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And if I don't get it, that's fine. I know I'll hit my 100 subscribers. I'll hit my 100,000 subscribers next year. I just know it. But yeah, I love you so much. And I cannot wait to see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.